Oh, here we are, coming in.
Oh, lovely.
So this is where we do the singing. This is the booth.
Oh, it's really lovely. Every time you say goodbye. I think I'm really happy with that.
Bluebell Notes podcast is brought to you courtesy of Long Way Home Productions, the friendly home of recording in Sussex. At your place or ours, together we'll make your music really shine.
Good something.
Greetings.
And hellos.
Well, it's morning here in Howsham.
It is indeed. I worked it out once. There's about 8 seconds difference east to west in Howsham. So, the time even does change slightly across Howsham.
What? So, yeah.
What do you mean?
That's the sort of thing I would do, isn't it?
The clock is going to
Sorry,
be wrong.
you've just literally blown our minds.
Really? There you go.
What does that actually mean?
So, like in the olden days, they had different times across the whole country.
Olden days in Howsham.
I think it is, yeah. It's the olden days in my brain. They used to have like Bristol time was different to London time, and it messed up all the train timetables.
Right,
And there was somebody in America that realised this and decided, okay, right, we need to sort this out. And they invented the time zone thing, where you'd have the same time across. And so we had, it was universal something or other time, train time, I don't know, or something like that. And that became Greenwich Mean Time.
Oh, well, welcome to Train Spotters Monthly, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome.
You didn't expect that, did you?
You didn't know. Welcome to episode 14 of Bluebell Notes, the companion podcast to the Bluebell Roots live shows, but sort of we stand on our own with this now, don't we?
We
really?
do, yeah. Well, sit, actually.
I'm Neil Povey. I'm a broadcaster and a DJ based in East Sussex.
I'm Josie, or Joe, Tippler, or Church, whatever. And I'm a musician with Milton Hyde, but I'm also an artist and a mother and a daughter and a grandmother.
And a knitter.
All sorts. Well, no, I'm not really a knitter. I've experimented with some incredibly bad knitting.
And literally, until I pressed the record button, you were knitting and purling. Yes. Were you knitting or purling?
No, that was a knitting row.
Was knitting, right.
I'm not quite sure if I'm doing the purling right.
And what's it going to be?
I'm trying to knit a choker.
Like around the neck thingy?
Yeah.
Well, not like a garrote.
Jim, did you know about this? Anyway, who are you?
Well, I'm Jim. Actually, I always wanted to be called Rudyard.
Oh, okay.
I did convince...
It's such a cool name, isn't it?
I know,
Rudyard?
I did convince some school friends that my name was actually Rudyard.
Rudyard. Wow.
Rudyard
you're
Kipler.
never satisfied with your own name when you're a kid, are you? I think. I never liked being Neil. There were so many Neils. I wanted to be John Sheridan. And I was like the boss of a big company with loads of cars and things. I'd liked little toy cars, and that was my little fantasy world.
Richard Digance once playing, and he said, actually, Richard Digance isn't my real name. My real name is Tex Moonbeam.
That's brilliant. Yeah. Okay. Well, that all aside, we are Neil, Josie, and Jim, and today's episode is actually, in a way, going to be about being other people, if you like.
Yeah,
because
nicely done.
I see that's the radio experience, isn't it? Because we're going to talk about cover versions of songs, so that's going to be the kind of the theme running through. We've got an interview with Rob Corcoran that was carried out about 8 years ago.
In the olden days.
That we recorded last year when Rob played for us at Bluebell Roots. Also with Roger Askew as well. Askew. I beg your pardon, Roger.
It's all right, we can edit that out, Roger. It's fine.
With Roger Askew as well, who played with Rob that night.
Actually, wasn't there an Asquith? Wasn't it a Roger Asquith from like a 1970s sitcom, like
maybe
My Wife Next Door or Please Sir or something?
Are you thinking of Robin Asquith?
Yes,
and then didn't he also do some of those naughty films as well?
I think he did.
The Man About the House.
Confessions of a... No, that was Richard Beckinsale.
It wasn't. No.
That was Writing Down.
It was. And Porridge.
Oh.
It's all going very well so far.
But it'll begin with R anyway. well, you know, what's the difference? But Robin Askew is it, and that's obviously where I got mixed up. So apologies, Roger Askew. And we'll have some live music from Rob as well. We're going to have a live track from Rob and an interview later. So shall we get on with it?
Yes, we should.
Oh, look at the timing, 4 minutes and 56 seconds. That's not bad. I always aim to have a 5-minute intro. That's perfect.
Oh, okay. 5 minutes of absolute nonsense.
Yeah. It's draw people in, and then the rest is rubbish.
Well, you know, you say draw people in. But...
So should we start then?
Yeah, shall we? Yeah. So cover versions, this is a topic that you kind of almost came up with on the way here today, isn't it? Why?
Yeah, well, we were remembering what Rob was talking about back in October when we had the discussion with him. And... we'll hear what he says in his interview.
Yeah.
But he talks about having a cover made of one of his own songs. And we just thought that was a good subject for today's podcast.
Yeah, because it's complicated if you're a live musician or a recording musician, isn't it? If you want to do a cover version, it's not as simple as, we'll do that.
Yeah, well, Jim can talk about this because he was in the band. I think it was the Rocking Cajun Dogs. Was it? You did
it was just the
cover?
Dogs.
The Dogs did a cover and recorded it onto CD. So you had to go through a process with that one, didn't you?
So come on to that in a bit. But I mean, I think I guess the first thing to sort of say is why perform covers?
Yeah, absolutely.
When we started out, and pretty much every other musician on the planet, certainly playing contemporary music, what are you going to do? You're only going to be learning other people's songs, aren't you? Because you haven't written anything yet.
Yep.
And certainly when we started performing as a duo, we had a number of covers that we played live, didn't we?
Yes, because we just didn't have enough of our own material to make a whole
and we weren't
set.
Confident enough either to produce, go out and play your own stuff.
Yeah, it's really good to get into it, isn't it? Because you can be a bit more confident with playing a cover that somebody else is going to recognise, whereas your own stuff is very personal.
Yeah, and you can reinvent as well.
Yeah.
Emphasise different parts of a song. That's sort of a good place to start. What is your favourite cover?
I love the Stranglers version of Walk On By. By Dion Warwick. It's brilliant, really, really good. It's got a lovely, great long keyboard solo in it by what's his name? Is it Dave Greenwood?
He died a
little while ago, didn't he? Yeah, it's just fabulous, really, really great. It's almost like the keyboard solo in Light My Fire by the Doors that kind of goes on and on and on and on and on. Yeah. It's like that. It's really, really good, really good. I love that cover. But there's tons. There's so many.
Yeah. I can't think of any. Come back to me.
But weirdly, actually, you said about not having enough material. I watched an interview yesterday with Mickey Berenier, who our friend Ollie, who runs Music's Not Dead in Bexhill. He plays with the Mickey Berenier trio, and they were interviewed on KEXP, and she was talking about the fact they got asked to go to America to do a small tour as the Mickey Berenier trio. Now, she was previously in Lush in the 90s, had a couple of great hits in that kind of Britpop era, but then subsequently Piroshka, and then came back to do stuff as this trio. And she said, when we're on tour, we've not got a lot of material, so you are going to be hearing obviously MB3 stuff, Mickey Berenier trio, but also you're going to hear some Lush and some Piroshka until we've got enough of our own stuff to do a full show. Yeah,
well, there's also I think my favourite cover is Without You.
Nielsen.
Is
that a cover version?
Well, it is, yeah. It was written and performed by a Welsh band whose name totally escapes me.
Not Budgie or someone like that.
No. It's I can't remember.
We'll have to look that up, and we'll put it in the notes,
ladies and gentlemen. Look it up, Google it.
Okay.
But then Mariah Carey did it.
Did she?
She did.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, which is not my favourite.
Well, no.
But there you are. She's an amazing artist, but not everybody's cup of tea. But
I guess the thing about doing a cover for an artist is that there's an option to either do it horrifically faithfully, almost identical, or to do your own particular take on it. They're doing this a lot on the Traitors on TV at the moment. Do you watch the Traitors?
No, don't watch that.
Okay, so you get these dark and brooding covers of sometimes upbeat songs.
Yeah.
So it'll be like some sort of strings and dark stuff going, never gonna give you up. And I actually hate that. I don't know what it is about it. It really annoys me on that programme. And then I think I'll just play the original. I'll find some original music that suits. But yeah, there you go. But yeah, it gives you options.
Yeah, so I thought there was a lovely series years and years ago that kept coming up on YouTube, I think it was, of somebody who was playing, or just on the piano, minor versions.
Right. Yeah.
Of classic songs or sort of well-known songs, and they sound brilliant as minor versions.
Yeah. There's I mean, get into jazz, and you can start all sorts of different versions and ways of playing different scales.
Oh, I've got one.
Go on.
Johnny Cash's version of Your Own Personal
The
Jesus.
the Depeche Mode.
I'm not a Depeche Mode fan.
That is good.
But it is just spine-tingling stuff.
This is a problem for me, that I don't necessarily realise who's singing a cover.
Well, that's it, isn't it?
No.
So who was the actual original writer?
Yeah.
So, for instance, I didn't realise that Dolly Parton, I think, wrote A Butterfly.
Yeah.
And I Will Always Love You was Dolly Parton before it was Whitney Houston.
It's a lot. Well, again.
Dancing in the Moonlight, which made famous by Top Loader, was the one that everybody knows, but it was the King Biscuit Band or something like that, or something like that from 60s.
Yeah.
Sometimes the covers are more successful than the original songs. That's in the case with Nielsen, probably, I'd imagine.
Definitely.
Very much the one that everybody knows and goes to. Yeah, so, well, there you go. So covers is something that people do. And like you say, you've done covers in your live sets, certainly to start with.
I'm actually going back and I think we did some really weird ones, because we didn't want to do just the standard covers that people expect. And we wanted to play things that we wanted to play, basically, different things. So we found Muse, Time Is Running Out.
Oh,
we
I
did
love
a cover of that
That's
one.
a good song anyway.
Yeah, and I just really like singing that.
Yeah.
I like performing things that sort of get you.
He's got a very anthemic voice. It lends itself to that, doesn't it? Yes.
Then there was, we did Peggy Seeger's Space Girl. So that was quite a different one.
Right, okay.
Yeah. Helen Shapiro, Today Has Been Cancelled.
And not Walking Back to Happiness.
Song,
yeah, there's one that I've
one.
not really heard before. I just found it by searching something on YouTube. And we did Cat Stevens, If You Want to Sing Out, and that was after hearing it on the film Harold and Maude.
Yeah.
And just thought, that's gorgeous.
If you look at the folk world and the folk club kind of world, I think covers or versions of other people's songs is quite common.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you go back to Bob Dylan, Bob Dylan was playing Woody Guthrie songs and so on early on. And that's not unusual. And people will do their version of a song. And in a way, actually, I think of that, maybe I'm wrong, but maybe I don't think of those as cover versions.
No, because, in fact, that's kind of how the folk tradition started.
Exactly.
People would hear a song, then it would get adapted and changed, and then, it's not a cover.
So perhaps it's more, if you like, I'm going to propose this as a thesis, that it's more the music industry that has then built it up to a stage where it becomes a cover version. We're going to talk a little bit about some of the ins and outs of the industry considerations that you're going to have to make if you want to record or perform a cover version nowadays. So going back to Without You, Badfinger.
Oh, Badfinger.
Thank you for looking that up and passing me your phone.
Did I sound surprised enough?
Yeah. Pete Ham and Tom Evans of the Welsh rock band Badfinger, released in 1970, but it was released by Harry Nilsson in 1971 and Mariah Carey in 1994. There you go. Those bits I just knew.
You so didn't.
Yeah.
You literally said, did Mariah Carey do that?
I know, I'm not lying. I'm good at lying. I'm really good at lying. So like you say, for clubs and people doing their versions, it's doing a song. I'm going to do some tunes, or I'm going to do a song. And there was, and that, like you say, is how the tradition is passed on, how the stories are passed on.
Yeah, we go to, they do a skiffle session down in the Albion, don't they? And all the songs there, of course, are skiffle classics that people just will know, like Bring a Little Water and
Lonnie Donegan's would have all been covers, probably.
Of course.
Yeah.
Beatles would have performed their versions
early
of
days
rock and roll numbers.
Yeah. So nowadays, though, the way we think of it is somebody else singing somebody else's song. We that's what we think of as a cover version.
Yeah, and I guess in the folk in the folk world, our sort of world, a lot of singer-songwriters will do blah blah blah, do like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of their own songs, and then they'll say, oh, and this is a song by so and so, and very often it's somebody you've never heard of, or it'll be a Dylan number, or John Prine number or something, and they'll just often throw it in just to give people some familiarity. I think. So they're on more familiar ground.
It's sort of keeping the audience happy or engaged in a way. I mean, this is why obviously covers bands, when you look at covers bands that are playing in pubs, that's all their job is to do, is to keep people there singing songs that they know. But in a situation with an original artist writing their own things, every now and again a song in, and their interpretation of that song as well, I think, because that's, cover versions do differ from originals, obviously in the performance, but also sometimes in terms of the way it's interpreted, actually, because of the way they perform it, for example.
Yeah, I mean, that brings in novelty as well, doesn't it? Like, Hayseed Dixie.
Yes.
For instance.
Yeah.
Bluegrass versions of rock numbers.
Yeah. So what are the considerations then? I mean, if we start as a live musician, which is primarily what you guys do, what are the considerations that you have to make before doing so, or while or after?
Well, we don't do covers now, only because we have enough trouble remembering the words of our own songs.
Yes, if you're doing a cover, people know the words and they know if you've forgotten them. Now, I suppose generally you would just get, if it's just about performing a song, you would, as a courtesy, get in touch with somebody. If it's somebody that you can get in touch with and say, I'd like to perform your song.
Or performing it live, you mean?
Yeah.
That would be the courteous thing to do.
Yes, you don't need to do that if performing live.
If it's a song by somebody who isn't well known or something, you would generally ask.
But usually, if you're playing in a venue that's got a PRS license, you would then register with PRS what you have performed.
I see.
And who it was by.
Yeah.
So that they would get the royalties.
Yeah. In theory, I'm not sure everybody does that.
Yeah.
But that's the practical consideration of actually doing so, is that in theory that's what you should be doing if you're performing covers of songs.
The venue would hold the PRS license.
Yeah.
So that would they wouldn't be charged specifically for that.
No, but part of the charge that they're paying would then be allocated to that artist.
Exactly.
PRS is Performing Rights Society.
Yeah. And PPL is the phonographic performance license or something like that, that's about recorded music, isn't it? Which is
very
different.
Complicated.
It does get very complicated, and we're not experts, so we probably shouldn't expound on this. But also from a practical point of view, if you're doing a cover version, when you were performing covers early on in your live performance things, were you trying to get them to be as much like the original as possible, or were you trying to put your spin on it?
Oh no, we would definitely do our version.
Yeah,
without a doubt. I mean, we'd do a Beck number, didn't we, as well?
Oh yes, that was a lovely one, wasn't it?
And yet we would generally say who the song is by.
Yeah.
We would always say who the song was by.
Yeah.
We would announce it.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of people just getting up and playing a song by somebody and not saying who it's by.
No. I think it's unless that's what's expected. If it is a complete covered set, then it kind of makes sense. But on the other hand, I think it's But I think people do, certainly in the club situation and Bluebell Notes, people will always say, our floor spots will say, this is a song by an S. Mitchell, or it's a John Prine song, as you say, or something like that. That might be, people will always acknowledge that. I think that's a really almost automatic feeling of debt to that songwriter, and then this is our version, as you say. I think versions is really a nice way of doing it. What's his name? Mark Ronson recorded a whole album called Version, didn't he? Where he did his version of, then that was what it was called. It wasn't called covers, it was called Version.
I had a lovely album, I can't remember who it was by now, but it was all acoustic versions of sort of well-known songs, as
opposed to the first LP that I ever owned, which was called The Rip-Offs Play a Golden Age of the Beatles, and they were note for note cover versions. It was like a K-Tel album or something like that, and that's how I learned Beatles songs, was not by the Beatles playing it on my first ever album that I owned.
Well, they used to get the Top of the Pops albums. I'm
sorry,
sorry, it keeps sort of going down memory lane.
No, but it's fair, because it's all part of the thing, isn't it? Because that's what happened. But from a live perspective, I think it's really interesting to hear people's versions of songs.
Yeah. I think you have to. I mean, there are artists in our sort of field who will go out and they'll look at the gig And if it's like a pub gig or something, then they'll tailor their set list to largely covers and other people's songs because they know that's what the people will want to hear.
Yeah.
Right? But equally, if they play in a folk club or a more intimate setting, again, they'll tailor it to that, and it'll be much more original stuff.
Sure.
And they'll be more confident about doing that.
I guess it's about how much you trust the audience, I suppose.
Yeah, and also how much you trust the material, your own material.
Yeah,
I guess a bit of confidence thing.
Rob talks about that. Actually, we'll hear from.
And also the gigs. If you're just going out to make a living and you want to do a pub gig and you want to get paid X amount for doing it, then you're going to get more gigs by going in and recycling.
Sure.
It's an easier sell.
It's an easier sell.
Yeah.
Whereas if you go to a pub, for instance, and say, I'm going to come in and we're going to give you an hour and a half of completely unknown material by somebody,
But
if
if you listen back to the previous podcast when we were talking to April Moon, they were talking about they were playing gigs all over Europe, weren't they? Doing their own stuff. They did a covers gig in order to sort of
fund it,
pay for it, and they didn't enjoy that as much. And they said that the audiences seem to engage more with their own music.
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah,
which is good.
It's really interesting.
And I guess part of becoming a live band and starting performing is finding where that audience is and what they will want to listen to and how much they will trust you and how much you trust your own music, as you said. We're going to talk a little bit more about actually recording it as well in just a moment. Recording covers versions then. We've talked about playing them live and the considerations that you might have for that, but actually recording a song, putting it down somewhere, involves even more considerations, I think it's fair to say. Would you?
I've done extensive research on this.
Morning.
About 10 minutes ago.
On your mobile phone.
Thank the Lord for the internet.
But it's something you had experience of, didn't it, with the previous band that you...
Yes, we've produced a couple of albums that had covers on them, and this has got a massive caveat on it where everything I'm about to say, in that I'm not a copyright lawyer or anything else, so this is only my own experience and what we've found.
Absolutely, Bluebell Notes does not endorse anything that Jim Tippler says.
No, literally,
just ignore it all.
Just probably almost say
forward.
Just think the opposite of what I'm about to say.
I think the thing is to do what everybody on the internet says: do your own research. But yes, you can look this stuff up, but this is just effectively a guide and what we've discovered.
So with a previous band, we did exactly that. We did a cover version of. We included a cover version of "She Drives Me Crazy."
Fine Young Cannibals.
Which always went down really, really well because it was before the days of Hayseed Dixie and stuff. So it was before the days that people were doing sort of
different styles
things. Yeah. So we did a sort of a Cajun version of Fine Young Cannibals, and it always went down really well. And the great thing is, there's only about 20 words in it to remember.
Nice and easy. Yeah.
And it's a great song, and it is better than Sir Tom's version, I think.
I didn't know he did a version.
Yeah, he did,
Yeah, okay. So, so what actually happened though to be able to get that down?
Okay, so we had 1,000 CDs replicated by a company. This was a few years ago, and we had to list the songs on there, and most of them were originals. A couple of them were traditional songs, so they come outside of that. They don't get classified as covers. And then when we listed that song, we had to the best of our knowledge, it didn't have to be in black and white, it didn't have to be absolutely accurate, but you had to say who the original was by.
Okay.
And if you knew the release date, put as much information down as you could.
Yeah.
And then you put in there how long the song was, and then you put in there how long the album as a whole was.
Right.
So that way they could work out pro rata.
Okay.
How much.
So effectively, literally a percentage of what you're making on each album has to then
would go towards the artist.
Right.
That would depend on you selling all of them.
So your best bet there is then to record an album with an awful lot of songs on it and make the cover a short one.
That's right, exactly. That's how it works.
Right.
That's literally how it works. So if you did a whole album of covers, you'd get money from it, but then a greater proportion obviously would be going to the copyright holders, whether that would be publishers.
Yes, because you're still due something for your performance, I suppose, in that sense, aren't you? Yeah,
exactly. And for physically producing the album.
Yeah.
And that would have, I'm pretty sure that was collected by MCPS, which is
Mechanical Copyright Protection Service.
Thank you very much.
Now that one I didn't have to look up. I did know that. That's from my radio experience.
And they are linked to PRS for music.
Yeah, they've kind of tried to make things easier recently. It has to be fair to say they are trying to simplify it. It has to be said.
And I think that this was a good few years ago, probably 15 years ago, and it was just MCPS then, and I think they weren't directly linked to PRS in those days. Nowadays, looking at what happens, you basically do the same thing, and that's for a mechanical, like a physical object, like a CD or a DVD, or a download. You know, if you've got a song on your website, and
same applies essentially.
The same thing applies.
Yeah.
I believe.
Again, please do check these facts and let us know
you apply,
if we're wrong.
All the details will be from PRS for Music /MCPS. They are really helpful, actually, when you speak to them.
So does that apply as well if you're putting something onto a streaming service?
No.
Okay.
No, because...
So forget everything we've said. But it's fair. They're different context, isn't it? So,
it is, yeah.
It's likely to be listened to a lot more in that way, potentially.
Yeah, well, Spotify and...
Deezer,
all of those...
Quobars, Tidal to cover them all.
Or Apple Music.
Apple Music is the streaming one, yeah.
Yeah.
YouTube Music and Amazon as well. Although YouTube, there are caveats.
We'll come on to YouTube in a minute. They have their own license agreements,
right?
So you don't have to worry about it for streaming.
So effectively, if you've uploaded it, they will take the streaming component and the PRS component.
Yeah.
So obviously, you still have to inform them that it's a cover version and that and who it's by originally and when it was released and so on. But you don't have to then register that with PRS.
No, that's all done because you're talking about international licenses as well.
Of course.
This is just the UK, of course.
Yeah.
There'll be different. It'll be the same or similar mechanisms in different countries, but different collection agencies.
And that is presumably why you sometimes find that you might search for a particular piece of music on a streaming service, but it's not available because perhaps it's not licensed for for here. I find that with the streaming service I use, different regions.
You can hear different music, can't you?
Yeah.
But there's also there was a big thing last year, wasn't there? A campaign about streaming for more protection for the artists with streaming music.
In terms of getting paid for it.
Yes.
Right.
For cover versions specifically, or
not necessarily for cover versions.
Oh, right.
But so the artist themselves gets more for the streaming.
Understand, right?
I don't know how far that got.
No, I've seen a lot of comparisons as well about which streaming services pay the best and so on, and they're easily found online, aren't they?
I think that's another whole.
It is. We could do an episode on that. I don't think we will.
You're right. There was certainly pressure from people to avoid Spotify is a renowned for not paying the most.
No,
let's be kind.
Yeah.
Do you want to go on to talking about videos?
Well, I know literally. I mean, I know very little about the first bit, and I know next to nothing about this. But I did look it up.
Music in videos is a different thing.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you need to apply if you're doing a video using a cover. You need to apply for something called a sync license, a synchronization license, and that means that you obviously you're owning the copyright of the video if you're producing it yourself, but then someone else would have a copyright over the song. So that would be either if it's a well-known artist, it will be their publisher, or it will be if it's an independent artist, it will be the artist themselves. And then the only way you can arrange a synchronization license is by approaching the copyright holder directly,
right?
Whether that's the publisher or the independent artists themselves.
Okay.
And then you come to an agreement about a fee.
Yeah.
And then, but I don't know how you produce the sync license itself. I would guess you again get advice from PRS on that, or Musicians Union, one of those places.
I suppose it depends where you put the video, how the video is getting to people.
Well, yeah,
there'll be different platforms for those. Well,
obviously,
won't there?
we're just thinking online at the moment, aren't we, with YouTube? But actually, in theory, it could be something that's then on TV or used in a film or something like that.
Well, sync licenses apply to if you're a film producer and you use pre-recorded music.
Yeah.
If it's a well-known song, then you've got the publisher, then you've got the mechanical rights as well.
Yeah.
Plus the video rights. So you've got at least 3 elements there.
I think what I'm taking from this is don't be a filmmaker. Yeah. Or if you are, don't use any music.
Well, this is about doing. You're still talking about covers, aren't you? So you're not using another artist's recording.
Right. Yeah.
This is your own recording.
But I'm just saying
of
that
another
the sync licenses apply to those 3 elements.
Yeah.
So I guess the point really is that if this is something you're considering and you're considering, say, submitting a cover version of something to be used as part of a video production or a broadcast or something like that, then there are additional considerations to A, recording it, or B, performing it.
Yeah.
In all 3 cases, they are different.
Yeah.
So to sum it up.
But I don't really know how it works though, because if you look on YouTube or TikTok, there are thousands, millions of cover versions of songs being performed every day. So
maybe
they won't be licensed, but
their own kind of licensing thing.
Maybe they do. I don't know.
It'd be nice to get somebody in who could talk us through this, wouldn't it?
We should do. Yeah. We should do our research before the morning of the podcast.
A bit more than 5 minutes,
shouldn't we? And get that. So maybe we can do that, and we can get back and include it in a future episode.
All I'm saying is complicated.
Yeah, yes, we're revealing a gap in knowledge here that needs filling.
Okay.
Maybe that's the question of the show.
Maybe that's Oh gosh, it's all got very philosophical.
Explain in great detail the.
How does this work?
Just before we take another break, Josie, have you thought of a cover that you like? Has anything occurred to you?
No.
Keep going on it. Right. It's given me an idea for question of the week, which I'm sure it has you as well. Question of the episode. Okay. We're going to hear from Rob Corcoran. What should we do? Should we do his song first, or should we do his? Let's do his song first.
Yeah.
And then we'll hear from Rob straight afterwards.
With Rodney Askew.
Roger Askew as well. That's going to be right after this.
Here's a few words from Phil of Long Way Home Productions, sponsors of Bluebell Notes.
Phil has seen many changes since Hatful of Rain started touring in 2010. They were fortunate enough to have a booking agent back then who was able to secure enough money and accommodation to make it worth their while driving hundreds of miles to gigs.
Things have become pretty difficult for everyone since then. Promoters are often local folk who have corralled a bunch of mates into volunteering, and they can't be expected to be out of pocket.
Like lots of people, Phil has had to devise alternative income streams. He's played with the idea of musical theatre shows to diversify what he does.
But even then, the last show, Idle Women, was too expensive to tour, and therefore his new show, Snow Along the Line, will be just Phil, accompanied by recorded voices and backing tracks.
He'll be looking for help from the National Rural Touring Forum with this. They're a fabulous organisation that coordinate artistic performances in rural venues across the UK, community centres, church halls and the like.
Phil also offers some workshops, songwriting workshops both online and in person, and workshops aimed at hobbyist musicians who want to become more confident on stage.
Necessity being the mother of invention has meant that Phil developed skills in producing his own music, and this has led to him producing other people's. Again, these are mostly hobbyist folk who just love what they do. As well as bringing in a bit of cash, it's also hugely rewarding.
So if you'd like to know more about the services provided by Long Way Home Productions, our sponsors of Bluebell Notes, go to longwayhomeproductions.co.uk.
This is Rob Corcoran with live at Bluebell Roots, Ringing That Bell.
And if you thought that was miserable, this song, I was very aware how miserable it was, and I didn't expect it would be my most requested and performed the song that I had to, because it is miserable. But I was very lucky that the Irish folk legend Christy Moore rang me one day and said, "Oh yeah, I'd love to have a go at your song." And he sang this, and it was one of the great honours of my life anyway. So and it's not about me, just in case you're worried. Exactly, yeah. And when I say it's not about me yet. But maybe it's a snapshot of my future. Still they keep on ringing that bell. Through the blacked out windows of my bedsit hell. From the steeple top they're taunting me, all smug with impunity. It rings out without guilt or shame, and no regard for my pounding brain. Truths were told and numbers fell, but still they keep on ringing that bell. Through the blacked out windows of my bedsit hell, still they keep on ringing that bell. How I wish Justine was here. I would whisper I'm sorry in her ear. When she left me years ago, she said, I can't share you with the ghosts in your head. Oh, sweet Justine, my Brixton queen, you never knew what they took from me. Some stories hurt too much to tell. There were fires that only drink can quell. Through the blacked out windows of my bedsit hell, still they keep on ringing that bell. Still they keep on ringing that bell. As I'm counting up me coins for a bottle of Glen's, in last night's clothes I'll make a start, and I'll drink a curse to the Sacred Heart. And all sanctimonious pricks out there, from Letterfrack to St. Peter's Square, no more holy than Cromwell, but still they keep on ringing that bell. Through the blacked out windows of my bedsit hell, still they keep on ringing that bell. Thank you.
Come a bit closer.
Right.
Come and join us.
Have I got to get close to him?
Yeah, of course you have. That's the whole game. You've got a, if you get a fedora with that tash, you're in dangerous Gabriel Moreno territory.
The beauty and the body of the night. I think it's just since I took over the Lantern Society, I think I'm gradually becoming Gabriel.
What a beautiful world if we all became Gabriel Moreno.
With our pointy little shoes. He's got a song about pointy little shoes, hasn't he?
So this is Sunday night after Bluebell Roots, and we're sitting here with Roger Askew and Rob Corcoran. Hello. Thank you. That was really high. Yeah, that was really high. Did you have a nice evening? I hope you enjoyed it.
Lovely evening, yeah, lovely. Really nice now.
And thanks for
tired, but I've been very well fed, and the music prior to us playing was absolutely lovely.
So how long have you been involved in the scene in London?
Well, I moved to London in 2011, and prior to that I had loads of songs written, but I'd never actually performed them in Dublin.
Right. So you hadn't performed at all in Dublin?
No, never.
Really? So it was only when you moved to London?
Moved to London, and I quickly discovered that the pub most local to me was the very famous Filthy McNasty's, which at one stage was co-owned by Shane McGowan and Jerry O'Boyle. And I wandered in there and there was an Irish trad session on in the corner. The date, it was exactly Bob Dylan's 70th birthday, so you can put a date on that. Between the songs, I kind of was close enough to the singer in the trad session, and I said, "Do you play any Bob Dylan songs?" And she said, "I'll play it if you sing it." So I said, "All right, do I Shall Be Released." And I sang it and then finished that, and she handed me the guitar and said, "I'm going out for a smoke, you play something." And then I became a regular fixture in that trad session. And then someone came up to me, I know who it was Graham Smallwood, who still runs a Monday folk club at the Green Note in Camden, came up to me at one stage and said, do you have any of your own songs? And I went, yeah. And he goes, will you play at this folk festival that I'm... And I'd never performed any of those songs. So then I was like, oh, shit. Sorry for the rain. Oh, bugger, now I'm really going to have to do this. And it was terrifying. And I went out and then I got asked to do other things. And then I met a few other people I knew through music who introduced me to Lyle Zimmerman, who now plays in my band, and Basia Bartz, the violin player. Yeah. And Basia said, come along to the Lantern Society, which Gabriel Moreno, the aforementioned Gabriel Moreno, was hosting. So Gabriel got me to play a few songs there. All these years later, I'm now the host of the Lantern Society. But then from Lyle Zimmerman, he introduced me to Roger. So now all of us are in a band, and when I came about to play my first album, we gave Roger the producer hat because he's a lot of experience in that regard, and the rest is history, really, you know.
So we met you, I think we were playing down in Brighton.
Yes,
down in the Brunswick.
Lovely place,
I think you were there with Basha, weren't you?
Basha played that day with me,
I think
that's
she was
right.
There,
Yeah, it's a good venue.
Yeah.
So do you tour around much?
London and surrounding counties, I would say. We're regularly down on, we play in Hastings quite a bit. I've played in Bexhill a few times. Where else? Regular in the Lamb and Surbiton's a great place. Lots of gigs in London, out east in Leytonstone, the odd time in Windsor. So I haven't been venturing that far, really.
That'll be What's Cooking.
What's Cooking?
Yeah,
brilliant. You know,
Oh, he's a great guy, isn't he?
Yeah, brilliant.
He's a bit of an inspiration for this place, really.
Right.
He's just great with the hat, isn't he? With the jar.
Yeah,
with the glass.
Yeah,
he's really good with that. Jade Ballard is leaving the building.
Jade. Happy birthday for Wednesday, Jade.
I think Jade's got CDs of everybody that's played here.
Oh, very good.
Yeah. Everybody that has CDs.
Fan. Yeah.
Everybody that remembers to bring their CDs. Well, that brings us on to our... you did your song about ADHD. We've seen you a few times now, and I've not heard that one before.
Oh, right, okay.
Is that quite a new song?
I mean, it's new for me in that probably about 3 years ago or more is it I started playing it.
And it's not recorded.
It's not recorded, but it's a regular favourite now at our gigs. So,
and it's funny, isn't it? Because, I mean, that attracted quite a lot of attention and understanding from quite a few people in the audience, not least of which is our sound guy tonight. Neil, who really enjoyed that. I guess it's an issue that has become more talked about. And
and the diagnosis of it seemed to have got a bad reputation in America because they were probably over-diagnosing and over-medicating for it. So certainly in Ireland, we're all of a generation where teachers weren't looking out for things, they were just punishing you for being distracted or whatever, you know, and
disruptive.
Exactly, being disruptive. You were just told stop, you know. Whereas now they're maybe a bit more open to kind of saying, I can spot the signs of something. But it seems like every time I play it, there is someone else who says, "Have you got that recorded yet?" And I say no, and they go, "I really want to hear it." And they do tell me their story about it. So it seems to have become a bit of an anthem, even though we haven't recorded it yet. So
what's next? Are you working on stuff?
We're actually recording that song along with a couple of others.
Yeah.
Is there an album coming out? Or?
Well, it's funny. The album that's on CD that I forgot to bring still isn't really released online or anything like that. And it's been around a few years, so I probably have to decide what I'm doing with that first. But I think this time around we're thinking we might just record 3 songs, put them out as an EP, let's say. Approaching the full album, it just seems like a massive mountain that's just going to take a lot of time and a lot of money and a lot of everything. So it's a case of let's get these 3 songs done, put them out so they're out there in existence.
So you were playing tonight with Roger, who's accompanying you. But you also go out with the band.
And in that lineup, Roger switches between electric guitar and keyboards. Basha Bartz, who we mentioned, plays violin. Lyle Zimmerman plays U-bass and switches between that and mandolin and mandola, bouzouki. I never know which one he's got, but anything small and stringy.
Literally twice as many strings as you need, hasn't it?
Yes, yeah. And we've got Yordis Moon Badford, who plays cajon and does backing vocals for us as well. So
that's been a pretty stable lineup for a while.
Yeah.
So tell us about Christy Moore, finally. Because this is quite a coup, isn't it, actually? I mean,
it was for me.
So, I mean, it's a legend, isn't it? It literally is a legend.
Well, I can say that when I started playing guitar at 10 or 12, 13, so as to be able to play Christy Moore songs.
Yeah.
So then, 25, 26 years later or something, I got an email saying, "Oh, Rob, it's Christy Moore here. Can you give me a call when you get a chance, and or give us your number? I'd love to give you a call. I want to talk about having a go at one of your songs or something." So I replied with my number, and I coolly, "Oh yeah, I'll play it cool." And then once he was on the phone, I was like, "Yeah, are you Christy?" So the first conversation, he kind of asked my permission to have a go at the song, and then he says, "Well, I'll give you a call back in a week or so." So then I was like a lovelorn teenager with the waiting on the phone call. And this is a story I don't know if I should tell publicly, but I was in the shower. The bathroom was in the basement of the flat I was living in, and my phone was charging in the living room kitchen area of a shared house. And I got into the shower and I heard my phone ringing upstairs, plugged into the little charger. So I jumped out of the shower, threw a towel around me, ran up the stairs, stepped on this towel, fell on my face, lost the towel, and ran naked across the living room with my flatmate sitting there trying to watch television. And the phone wasn't even charged enough, so I was leaning into the phone on a tiny charger going, "Hello? Oh, how are you, Christy?" And it wasn't a succinct phone call. He started with something like, "How you doing? I'm in the County Clare looking out about the wild Atlantic now, and the seagulls are landing on the thing, and the corn cricks are," and I'm there going, "Jesus, I'm in the nip." So if you hear this, Christy, I'm very sorry, but I never told you I was naked for all of that phone call anyway.
I'm sure he'd love that.
But the real memorable takes is it's what I learned is how if he's going to sing a song, it's got to be so important to him, and he really has to, as he says, get under the skin of her and find a way into it. So he would take weeks and report back to me then saying, I'm close, and he'd come back a few weeks and go, "Would you mind if I change this phrase? It's more natural for my phrase." And I was like, "Absolutely, Yeah. And there's one in my one, because it's an angry song about a clerical sex abuse survivor. He uses the C word, not Catholic, the other C word. But Christy said, "Would you mind if I change that word? Because it might just narrow the pathways we can go down with." I said, "Yeah, that's fine by me." I wasn't sure about using it either. He says, "Grand." I'm going to use the word pricks instead. But yeah, incredibly gracious. Every time he plays it, he announces, "This is written by a young Irishman living in check out his music, Rob Corcoran." Love that he still calls me a young man. But so incredibly gracious, and by pure coincidence, no relation, Roger worked with Christy Moore many times on albums prior to that. So then when Christy then was looking at a video on YouTube, he got on to me and says, "It's not Roger Askew, is it? Is that Roger Askew playing keyboards with you?" And I says, "It is, yeah." I go, "Jesus, I haven't seen Roger."
The deal's off.
Roger, deal's off. Because
Well, Rob, thanks ever so much, and Roger, thanks ever so much for a brilliant performance tonight. It's just
it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
And
The
for staying
Bluebell
at
Roots.
Bluebell Roots
Yeah.
in Arlington, in the countryside. So I'm talking absolute bollocks tonight. So,
We're all knackered. We're all swinging on there.
but what's next for you? Next gigs? Not that is going to mean much by the time this goes out.
Good
What we
question.
need to know is where you're going to be in 6 months' time, because that's my
6 months. Let's say the O2 Arena.
Okay. But where can people get hold of your music?
Some of it's on Spotify, some of it's not. Some of it's on Bandcamp. But the main thing is to remember the spelling of the name Corcoran. Right. So a lot of people go Rob Corcoran, whatever. And when you type that into Spotify, for example, it's wrong spelling, Spotify goes, "Don't know it." So I have a technique I call the Charles Manson technique, because everyone remembers who Charles Manson is. And then when they say, that guy, Rob, what was his name? He was very good. Let's check out his music tomorrow. I always say, Charles Manson was imprisoned and eventually died in Corcoran Correctional Facility in Corcoran, California. Right? So when people go home, they'll go, what was his last name again? I don't know. Go on to Charles Manson's Wikipedia there.
Yes, I'll find it.
And they'll find it that way. So once you type it in,
It's a nice
you'll
link.
find it.
Yeah.
And if
It's Rob Manson.
Rob Manson, yeah. If Bandcamp's your thing, if Instagram's your thing, if Spotify's your thing, if
Apple Music
website, just type in Rob Corcoran.
Oh, brilliant. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, pleasure.
Thank you.
Pleasure,
I don't know how we turn this thing off.
No, we'll let you do that.
I don't think it was ever turned on.
Just don't hit delete, whatever you do.
Yeah. What do we do, Nelly?
I don't know why, but a banjo feels appropriate after an Irish artist. I don't know why, but it's in my head. That seems to work.
That's fair enough.
Rob Corcoran and Roger Askew chatting there after their performance at Bluebell Roots 7, 8, 9 years ago now. We should put in an official apology both to Rob and Roger.
4 months.
But yeah,
4
it is
months.
4 months ago. And
Beginning
we've been
of October.
promising to get this out. But you've been, highly engaged with lots of other things. Moving house being the main one.
Yeah.
But also family moving house and
Yes,
disappearing very much further west in the opposite.
Yes,
in the
and
opposite direction.
another grandchild being born.
And this is all stuff that's been happening.
Yeah.
So, none of that's happened to me. I could have done this, but it's a three thingy, so we have to do it all together. So, it's not an excuse; it's a reason. That's what I've been telling people when I don't do stuff lately.
Yeah.
Not an excuse; it's a reason.
Yeah.
Really interesting. If you want to check out Rob's music, as he said, go to robcorcoran.bandcamp.com. He's got a website as well. All of that was back. Just rewind a bit.
Yeah.
And if you can't remember Corcoran, remember Charles
Manson. Yeah. He also runs, as he said, the Lantern Society.
Yeah.
Up in the lovely Betsy Trot.
You played there.
We've only been up there once.
Wow.
We thoroughly enjoyed it.
But it's a sort of fairly legendary place, isn't it? It's got a real good reputation for the rock.
No, it's really nice.
Okay. Right, well, that's kind of it. We've got to do a question, Josie. My question to you, first of all, though, is have you yet thought of a cover version that you like?
Yes.
You have? Hey!
I really like Valerie, sung by Amy Winehouse.
The Amy Winehouse version.
Yeah.
It is a good song. Originally, Jimbo?
Yeah.
Done by...
Zootons.
I was thinking the mystery
which is also
Jets.
brilliant. I mean, I love that. But I just happen to have the Amy Winehouse version on my playlist for when I'm doing my sort of dance yoga exercises. And
it's
a really
good version.
It is a good version. You know what it mixes well into? If I'm playing it as a DJ, I'll mix it into a Town Called Malice by The Jam.
Yeah,
because it's got that same boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Do-do-do-do-do. So there you go. We should be on Never Mind the Buzzcocks. They'd get our intros, wouldn't they? Definitely. Right, well...
Talking about Never Mind the Buzzcocks, there's a really nice version, acoustic version of Have You Ever Fallen in Love with Somebody?
Yes.
You shouldn't have fallen in love with that. I can't remember who did it now, but it's a really good version.
Obviously Buzzcocks originally, but didn't Fine Young Cannibals do a version of that?
They did. Yes, they did.
She Drives Me Crazy.
Did. And that was a really good version, actually.
Full circle. We've done it.
It's almost as if we'd done this before.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have a question of the month? Hang on a second. I'm going to pause. We thought it might be about what's your favourite cover version. Yeah, right, okay.
Spoiler alert. Are we going to leave that bit in?
Yeah, and I've got to do my do bit, haven't I? There, or are we using one of these? Hang on.
And we use that.
No, I've already used that one.
I use that one, so I'll do the other.
No, you do your
my one.
Your mouth trumpet.
Yeah, okay, we'll do that. Right, okay. Do you have a question of the show, Josie?
I do.
All right, let's play the jingle.
That was That was a jingle and not Neil just doing
it. I don't do it live.
I think you should prove
that.
I think you should like talk over the top of it.
It's to prove that I'm not being a ventriloquist.
I did a cover version of that on the clarinet.
And I haven't received any residuals yet.
Yeah. So the question of the show is, strangely enough, what's your favourite cover song?
Let's remind people. So mine was Stranglers, Walk On By Dionne Warwick. Go and listen now. It's really, really good. Jim's?
Okay. Mine was, crikey, what was it? I know, it was Without You by Nilsson. Originally by Badfinger.
Yes.
Okay. And Valerie by Amy Winehouse.
Originally by the Zootons. And did I say Dionne Warwick?
You did. I think you did. But I think,
I don't know whether she wrote it or not. I need to look that up.
Probably Bacharach and David.
Certainly performed originally by Dionne.
I think it was Bacharach and David.
Your favourite cover versions then, pop them to us on the we'll put that on the Bluebell Roots page on Facebook, shall we?
Well, you know what, I think 10 minutes later you're always going to come up with another one. Oh, wait a minute, no, that wasn't my favourite, this is my favourite. So.
Yeah, just do it on Facebook,
I think that's the easiest place. In the Bluebell Notes extra, the little bit of extra stuff which we're calling I've completely forgotten. Well, it's so long since we've done it. Oh my word!
We can't remember.
Rubbish are we?
Literally
can't remember the name of our own podcast. All right, we'll do that again in a minute. Bluebell Notes, Second Chance. Bluebell Notes, extra sheets. What the hell is it?
Having to look it up.
I can't remember. Bluebell Notes.
Hang on, it's probably on my computer.
As soon as you say it, it's going to be. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Notes.
Because I thought Coda. Which is too cerebral.
That is.
You got to go a long way through to find one.
Offbeat.
Thank you. All right. So in the Bluebell Notes Offbeat episode, we'll have some of the one of the floors. Well, I think we had Kathy and Mick, won't we? We've had Kathy and Mick before, but that night when Rob Corcoran came was a bit of a disaster for people arriving. Wasn't it?
Unfortunately, we had two of our booked in floor spots couldn't come.
So basically, you guys and Kathy and Mick, Two's Company with Andy, did all the floor spot.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, it was great.
We'll hear from them, and we'll try and clarify a bit more of the things that we're not so sure about.
Will we get another Rob Corcoran song in there as well?
I reckon we will.
Can we get the ADHD song?
Yeah, I want the ADHD.
I think we've got to. It's so good.
It is very good. In the meantime, we look forward to coming back a little sooner than we've come back this time with another episode of Bluebell Notes. You can follow us and like us on all of the major podcast channels on Apple Music, on Spotify, on Amazon and elsewhere.
We could plug the next Bluebell Roots.
That's a very good point. Yeah, the first one of 2026.
Yeah,
go ahead.
This will be out before then.
Yeah, it will.
In theory.
It will. If I say it will, that means I've set myself a deadline, doesn't it?
1st of February, we've got...
You're kidding.
No, we've got a double header with Soft Power and the Heartlands.
Oh, that's nice. So Andy Melrose, who couldn't make it that night because he fell off a ladder.
Exactly.
Andy and Nikki. That's going to be really nice.
Yeah, it's going to be a great night.
1st of February at the Arlington Hall in Arlington, East Sussex, not the one in Virginia. Please don't turn up there. That's it from me, Neil.
Me, James, Rudyard Tippler.
Me, Josie the Knitter.
We'll see you next time. Take care.
Bluebell Notes podcast was brought to you courtesy of Long Way Home Productions. At your place or ours, together we'll make your music really shine.